Welcome to this August 26th edition of the Weekly Recap. I'm Matt Wacker. The recap team headed to the Sullivan Airport on August 20th for the 7th annual fly-in. Attendees enjoyed a car show, aircraft rides, and a special showing of vintage aircraft by the Commemorative Air Force. Fidelity's Leanne Minting reports.
Matt, I'm here with John Fester, the pilot of this vintage B-25J Mitchell bomber. Tell me a little bit about this beautiful aircraft.
Well, it's a 1944 B-25J model. It's owned by the Commemorative Air Force. We're out of St. Charles, Missouri. There's air bases all over the U.S., and we're the Missouri wing of the Commemorative Air Force.
Give me a story about the history of this airplane.
Well, the B-25 was one of the airplanes used in the Doolittle raid, or the bombing of Tokyo, after we were bombed at Pearl Harbor in December of '41. The United States, the president, all the generals decided they had to strike back at Japan, and they came up with a plan, and they wanted to bomb Japan from the sea, from an aircraft carrier. So they had to come up with an aircraft that was capable to take off in a short distance and carry a decent bomb load, and they came up with a B-25 Mitchell. So 16 of the aircraft actually steamed out of Tokyo on the U.S. aircraft carrier Hornet in April of '42 in retaliation, and struck Japan, and most of the guys made it home amazingly on a one-way mission.
That's amazing. So this was a significant airplane in World War II.
Yes, ma'am. It was very significant. It was used in all the theaters of the war, from the Jimmy Doolittle raid that started the war in, for Japan, but then it was used in the European theater, North Africa, every theater of the war, South Pacific, it was there. So high-level bombings, low-level bombings and strafing. It was a real versatile aircraft. How
many of them are still flying today? Do you know?
Well, it really depends on who you ask, but basically around 40 probably total. In the United States flying somewhere around 30, but they're in Canada, Australia, all over, private ownership, and Commemorative Air Force has a few of them, and we're lucky enough to have this very good one here, Show Me, again, right in St. Charles.
Well, it's a beautiful plane. Thanks for being with us. Okay, John Fester. I'm here with this beautiful plane. It's an Avenger TBM, and a pilot that flies that plane, Dutch Meyerpeter. Tell me a little bit about this beautiful vintage aircraft.
Well, we have had possession of this for the Commemorative Air Force for approximately 16 years. This aircraft is 71 years old last month. It is one of the finest aircraft that was built in World War II. It was the largest single-engine aircraft. It was a multi-mission aircraft. It could drop 2,000-pound torpedoes, or it could come in with 2,000 pounds of bombs. It could also carry rockets. It was used by virtually every force across the world during World War II.
It was called Turkey. They called it a turkey, right?
They called it a turkey because a turkey is a big bird. This thing has 54-foot, 2-inch wings on it, and it is the Avenger because at the Battle of Midway, 6 of these went in using the early type torpedoes, which were duds to speak of. Yeah. The later torpedoes were very good, but you had to get down in line with the ship in order to drop that torpedo. 5 of them were wiped out trying to get in and torpedo the ships at Midway.
Can you tell us a story about this particular plane or how it was involved in World War II?
Yes, in fact, the TBM flown by Joe Barazzini, Lieutenant J.G. Joe Barazzini, and Lieutenant Greasy on the Ticonderoga, July 29th, 1945, they took off and sank a Japanese ship 2 weeks before the end of the war. Joe was in my squadron later on. He was a retread from World War II and treated us like big brother. And that's why we have his name on the airplane. He was flying a TBM just like this, and Lieutenant Greasy. They got the Navy Cross for that operation 2 weeks before the end of World War II.
Oh, so you know about this story personally, don't
Yes,
you, Dutch?
very
You
much
certainly
so.
do. How many of these are still flying today? Do you know?
Right now, with the United States, there's 37 registered with the Federal Aviation Administration, and less than half of them are flying.
So that's not very many. So we were lucky to get to see her today. Thank you for talking with us, Dutch.
It's been my pleasure.
Wacker 1, you are cleared to continue the newscast. Over.
The Missouri National Guard has announced new guidelines for physical fitness. Before shipping out, new recruits will have to pass the new Occupational Physical Assessment Test, or OPAT. The test includes 4 events that test upper and lower body power, muscle strength, and aerobic capacity. The National Guard will also be implementing the High Demand Physical Task Test. The Guard hopes that adding these new tests to the recruitment process will help determine the best position for a recruit based on his or her physical condition. 2 wanted criminals are behind bars after their arrest on August 19th. 40-year-old Christopher Webb of Bell was wanted for trespassing, 6 counts of theft, 4 counts of burglary, and 2 counts of stealing a firearm. 43-year-old Lisa Payer, also of Bell, was wanted for similar charges. According to the Marys County Sheriff's Department, the pair racked up their list of offenses while on a 3-month drug-fueled crime spree. Webb and Payer are being held in Marys County and will face numerous additional charges from around the area. Springfield man and restaurateur Agam Zindelli has pled guilty to charges of tax evasion. Zindelli owned the chain of Ziggy's restaurants in Missouri and Kansas. He has been sentenced to 3 years in prison and ordered to pay $1.3 million in restitution. The local MSU campus in West Plains invited new students out for Welcome Week. This is more than your standard college orientation, as our Ben and Jay quickly found out.
Thank you, Matt. Yes, with schools across the nation starting up again, the MSU campus in West Plains is no different. But before classes were set to begin, the annual Welcome Week was held to help new students acquaint themselves with their new classmates. There was eating, dancing, an epic dodgeball match, a water slide, and really just all-around shenanigans. Here's Jacob catching up with some of the students.
Welcome Week's going good so far. It seems everybody's having a great time and everything. To you guys, though, how has it been for you?
I've had a lot of fun so far. We got our booth set up for the cheer team, and I've been sitting down talking with people, just kind of interacting really, and trying to get everybody like loosened up, making them feel welcome, and just kind of getting to know everybody, see if they want to be a part of organizations, and encouraging them to be active on campus.
Oh man, I'm having a great time meeting a lot of new people, just getting to know the university.
So far we're having a great time. You know, we got a lot of free school supplies, we've met a lot of new people.
I've really enjoyed it so far, just going around meeting so many new people, and everyone's really nice here. I love it. It's been fantastic. I look forward to meeting the freshmen every year and getting to know them, and I always enjoy the games. It's a lot of fun.
What are you looking forward to in the upcoming year?
Man, just like making some new friends, getting good grades.
Making my experience this year better than it was last year, even if last year was really good.
I definitely agree with him. I wasn't on the cheer team last year, but I'm really excited about being on it this year. And last year I wasn't involved hardly at all, but this year I'm going to be doing ambassadorship and cheerleading, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about that.
I'm looking forward to becoming more independent and living on my own and learning how to, get along by myself.
I'm excited, to get the college experience, go to classes and live in the dorms and just really, get the feel for things.
I'm looking forward to the relationships I make with people. I'm doing computer graphics and programming, so I'm really excited about that, learning how to do that better. It's just the whole experience.
All right, and to you, what does it mean to be a Grizzly?
It means that I'm going to be an individual thinker. I have my goals, and here at West Plains, they're going to help me reach them.
Being a Grizzly is doing your part and always being there for someone else.
If you'd like to learn more about the campus and upcoming events, please visit their website at wp.missouristate.edu. And with that, back to you, Matt.
A West Plains man made the best of a bad situation while on the road. Truck driver Michael Joyner was in Baton Rouge, stranded in a Walmart parking lot due to heavy flooding. Unhooking his trailer, Joyner used his truck to navigate the swamp streets, helping transport residents to shelters and evacuation centers. Joyner and a friend made about 12 trips through the city and then helped to evacuate a hospital. Joyner says he was just doing what he could to help and doesn't want to be labeled a hero. The West Plains Aquatic Center is closed due to vandalism. The lower pool in Peoples Park was closed after vandals threw glass bottles against a pump house, making the area unsafe for swimmers. City employees are in the process of draining the pool and cleaning the area of glass. West Plains Parks and Rec Director Mike Davis says the facility will now be closed for the season. In addition, the Gaze 2 People's Park will now be closed after 9 p.m., eliminating foot traffic. West Plains Police are investigating the incident and encourage the public to contact them with any information. Deputies from the Franklin County Sheriff's Department responded to a possible trespassing call on August 22nd. Shortly after midnight, deputies found suspicious persons outside a property in the 2000 block of Springfield Avenue in Sullivan. While interviewing the suspects, a substance believed to be narcotics was found, and the male suspect bolted. The female suspect is Margie Pinnell of Bourbon. She was arrested. The search for the male suspect continues. Rolla's Faith Barnes is the founder and CEO of Hope Alliance Missouri, a 501c3 organization assisting families in need. One project of the organization is the Friday Backpack Program. Leanne Mentink recently caught up with Barnes to discuss that effort.
Tell me a little bit about the Friday Backpack Program, when it started, and about the concept.
It started in 2007. This is our 10th school year. It will be our 10th school year. And we send home bags filled with food so kids can have something to eat over the weekend. A lot of times these are the children who rely on the free and reduced lunches and breakfast. And during the weekends they have nothing to eat. So we provide just additional food for them. And we started off with 14 children and at one school, and we are now up to 430 children in Rolla.
What is the study behind that as far as how that affects children in elementary and junior high and high school?
I did a lot of research before presenting it to our board over 10 years ago, and what I found was that the USDA has actually coined a phrase called food insecurity, and these are the families that don't know where their next meal will come from. Out of that, there are some negative characteristics. One is they have social problems, they have behavioral problems, they sometimes don't attend school. We did one study the first year to the second year at one elementary school, and there was an 80% decrease in office visits. So these children were in the classroom learning instead at the nurse's office for ailments they truly have.
How has the concept caught on in this and in nearby communities?
It's been incredible. We have a great support system here in Rolla, and then we were able to start in 4 local communities. We were able to start a program there, and actually one on the East Coast we were able to start.
In another state?
In another state, Maryland, yes.
So I understand you have some 50 volunteers. If people want to get involved in the Friday Backpack Program, what would you advise them to do?
Well, we can certainly use more volunteers always. Monetary donations. We are a 501c3 organizations, and so all monies are tax exempt, and they can contact me on Facebook under Hope Alliance of Missouri. We do have a website, hopeallianceofmissouri.org.
Faith Barnes, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Matt, back to you.
The Friday Backpack Program does not rely on state or federal funding. For more information, visit the Hope Alliance of Missouri's Facebook page. Week 3 of the Price Chopper Game of the Week features another Ozark Conference matchup between the Rolla Bulldogs and the Parkview Vikings. Join us live at 7 o'clock on Fidelity Local 6. That's all for now. I'm Matt Wacker. A special thank you to all of our sponsors and to you for watching. I'll see you next week.